Hello friends, welcome back to Vlogmas Day 2.
Well, I've got news for you, I know you're waiting. Vlogmas is right here. Hold on, it's time for it to reappear.
I just did possibly the maddest thing. I was Googling a tutorial for like a slick back bun, which it seems so simple, but it never looked quite as nice on me as it does on other people. So I've just whacked a load of mousse in my hair, as I usually would, and then I've stolen some of Lee's hair wax because I want it to look less like I had to put it back in a ponytail and more like this is a sleek, clean girl style like the youngsters are wearing. Even just my parting, I feel like it's wrong. I feel like, do they put it more like this? Like they only have the very front part as a parting? It makes me look like really strange. I've just been to the big mirror because I feel like looking down at it is not the easiest. This is what I was using in case anyone wants to use this as a tutorial. The wax definitely has made a big difference rather than just mousse as I usually use. That's kind of given me a more slick look, but I do think I've just got a massive head. I think that's part of the problem. That's part of why it never quite looks the same on me, is I've just got a big head. Fun fact, I've got my dad's head. When we went to Disneyland Paris when I was a kid, he went into the, what's it called? You know, like the Adventureland. And they had a little Stetson shot, especially with having short hair. This is extra useful because it's just like a little, don't even do a bun, it's just a boop. I was going to moisturize, I was going to put this into my hands like it was moisturizer, but it's wax. I'm going to clean my hands. I also don't know if this is what I want to wear. It's like so cold outside, but I'm warm now. Maybe I'll put a blazer on. Oh, is that a bit too millennial? Is it too elder millennial to wear? I'm wearing my new jeans that I am obsessed with. Just a white t-shirt and maybe a blazer. I need something that's going to be warm, but something that I can easily take off when I get hot. This is why we love the blazer so much. Anyway, as I was saying, I went to Disneyland when I think I was about 14 with my dad, and he went in this little like cowboy shop and they sold Stetsons, and he must have been feeling flush because he was like, I'm going to buy myself a cowboy hat. He warned the lady in the shop that he had a large head. She was like, no, you know, this'll fit, this'll be fine. And he was like, okay, you know, knowing his own head, knowing his experience of hats, he said, I'm not sure this is going to fit. And she was like, this'll be fine. No one ever needs a bigger one than this. Safe to say, it looked like a thimble on the top of his head. They had to go in the back room to like dig out the dustiest box. Something no one thought anyone was ever going to need. It's hilarious. So all that is to say, I come from a long line of large-headed people. I do think I probably have quite a wide face. I don't care. This is not like, you know, something that's keeping me up at night. But I do think that that's why my slick hairstyles don't look quite the same as I see on Instagram. If you saw what I posted on my other, oh no, that's messy now. If you saw what I posted on my other YouTube last week, you may have seen the video that I did about makeup, and this is so much product. And the irony of this is that I'm going to say applying less makeup. The whole thing of priming the brush and not putting it directly onto your face, making it look more natural, she says, now full umpa-lumpering. I'm completely sold. I've been putting a little bit of makeup, not tons, not even, you know, like negligible amounts, a little bit of makeup on every day just to kind of test this a little bit. And I start with a little bit of blush. I've actually been doing kind of blusher bronzer mix. This has gone terribly wrong. This has gone terribly wrong, and I'll tell you why, because I don't have enough time to fix it. My father-in-law's just been to visit, and I was supposed to get myself ready before he came, and then we were talking for longer than usual. So I don't have much time. But do you know what? The fact that I've gone absolutely crazy with the bronzer, this works with the putting on the bronzer and the blush before the foundation or the whatever, because if this was over the top of foundation, it would be much, much more difficult to blend out and kind of take back down again. Right, that's so much product. What was I thinking? I think when I did it the other day, I felt like my face took more product, but again, it's all a learning curve. Also really still enjoying this. I did get a comment this morning, it'll be late by the time you see this, but asking what the colour of this was. It's the Merit Blush in Beverly Hills. Really enjoying this. But yeah, I've been doing the priming the brush thing, like go into the product rather than directly on the face, which you know is not new, but it's newly adopted for me and is an absolute game changer. I mean, already I've got no foundation on my face. I do feel like I need something here, maybe like just under the eyes and around the nose, but I would have done a full face of foundation, maybe even a light amount, but a full face of foundation before I did anything else. And now I'm not putting anything here. I'm just kind of doing like, not even really here, just a little brightness under the eyes, on the chin, so much less makeup, and it lasts so much longer, especially because I'm going out. It lasts so much longer, and it just looks like such a more natural base. If you are struggling with makeup caking and it not looking great, especially as you get a little bit older and our skin is different, can't recommend doing it this way enough, because by the time you've got your kind of bronzer and blush on, you really get an idea. I suppose it's a bit like the order in which you get dressed. Sometimes you put all the stuff on, or you do your hair and you realise, if I'd done my hair first, I wouldn't have done so much with the makeup, or if I got dressed first, maybe my makeup would have been less. It's all about the order in which you do things, and doing it this way, already I feel like I need less of everything else. But if I'd started with foundation, I may have gone a lot heavier. Just running a little bit late, but I don't know, what do you think? It still feels a bit crusty, but that might be the mousse. But I think I'm gonna get one of those wax sticks. That's what she was using on the video. I think that's what I'm missing. I also did some sparkle on the eyes, which I don't think you'll be able to see in this light. It was a bit of a test because next week is the Christmas party and I want to do something similar makeup wise. But I was watching someone on Instagram earlier who'd done like a really basic eye like this, like a just matte neutral eye, and then a super sparkly like brow to lid. And so I just put like a sparkly topper over the top of the like daytime eye that I would usually do, and I'm quite liking it. Sparkly! Again! This looks exactly the same, and yet it's a completely different top.
It's different. Yeah, rather than the sequin jacket.
It looks like you've put something over the top of the sequin jacket, like a... Wow. No end of sequins for Kaz. Karen's here too. Our first round of food and round of drinks, to be fair, for our Bottomless brunch is here. This looks delicious, actually. We're at the Jazz Cafe in Doncaster, which is on Printing Office Street. So we moved downstairs. You were like, where? Where did we move? We moved downstairs because we'd had our allotted time, and because we were moved downstairs, they gave us a shot each. In fact, that's yours, isn't it?
That's mine.
Oh, that's yours. That's white vodka. White vodka. No, Sambuca. Sambuca.
Oh, it's Sambuca.
This is mine, which is tequila. And then Karen's got black Sambuca.
I don't know what it is.
You guys are crazy. I honestly... Right, that's what they all smell like!
Oh, let me see.
Regrets.
I can't do tequila.
Yeah, but it doesn't smell as bad as
That
Sambuca.
smells to me like a really bad hangover. That is like a bad hangover. I can't smell that.
Right, there you go. That's what you should have had. Sambuca is like, oh. There is no better food for a hangover. I actually don't feel that bad, but I did sleep in. It was great last night. It was so much fun. We ended up going to a karaoke booth, like a karaoke room in the Woolmarket in Doncaster, and that was terrible, to the point of, like, it was so loud on the outside that you couldn't really hear anything on the inside. It wasn't insulated at all. It was relatively expensive, so we did actually complain and ask for our money back, which I don't think I've ever done in my life. So we'll see if we actually do get a refund, but would not recommend. I think if it's like in the middle of the week, you know, like in the daytime, but on a Saturday night, not so much. But also when it comes to Christmas, hardly anyone does karaoke because it doesn't really bring people in. And I think it's kind of off-putting for the average person. So all the places that would usually do karaoke didn't have it. I think it's going to be a couple of months before we can do our regular
kind of Saturday afternoon session. But yeah, we had a really good time. The Bottomless brunch that we went to at the Jazz Cafe was nice, and it felt like a really festive way to kick off the Christmas season. We also bought these, I don't know what I filmed last night, probably nothing, but we also, I'll put in some pictures. We also bought these light up hats. They're like cowboy hats, because there's now in town a country and western bar. Amazing.
Oh, you got it.
Yay! You found the first and only thing that Manny can catch in his mouth.
You can't even catch biscuits.
Ready? On your red?
Hey, good job. Milo is clearing up a load of stuff in his room and like decluttering some old clothes and things. And all these drawers from IKEA that he's got keep, like the bottom keeps falling out of them. I bought these ages ago, totally forgot about them, and I thought I would share because you can get them from Amazon for dead cheap. It's really, really useful for any IKEA furniture, well, you know, any flat pack furniture, because they're just not very strong, especially the base of drawers. Sometimes you get them, you know, I think this one came with it, but it's just not, that's one thing, it's just not enough. And it reinforces, it like just adds another little layer to reinforce the base in the drawer itself. I think at some point I've used that as well to try and keep it, whereas these little purpose-made things are awesome. I use them in all my drawers that I've got like makeup and skincare and stuff in as well, because they tend to be, like the stuff that's in them is heavier than the drawer is really made for. In case it wasn't clear, this is what I'm talking about. All of his drawers look like this. And so that just kind of holds it up from the other side. I'm sure it's obvious. I know I talk about this all the time. I was literally just in the bath using this, like, oh, I've missed it. I didn't charge it up last week. And my skin, I feel, suffers when I don't use this. I was kind of getting breakouts even up here. This is the Foreo, I want to say it's the Luna 4. It's got red light therapy, so when I do that, it has red light therapy, which is nice. You do the full cycle. You can program out and out, which I did originally. You can decide kind of like, even on the back it says, if you want like it to be a lighter vibration, if you want it to be a deeper cleanse. And then on the back, I never use this, but this is microcurrent device. So if you were considering getting like a new face or like the current body red light mask, or I know that Beauty Pie do the red light mask now. If you were considering lots of different devices, this is first of all a cleansing brush. It's also got the red light therapy, and then it's got the microcurrent. I feel like this is the one. I don't know if there are any deals at the moment, but especially with it having just been Black Friday, and obviously we're going to have deals after Christmas. If you had been considering some kind of, this is not sponsored at all, but if you had been considering some kind of device, I really, of all the ones that I use, that is the one that I feel makes the biggest difference to my skin. That said, I'm going to be bringing out that new face for my Christmas party. It's very temporary, the effect, but it does definitely lift and firm everything. But I don't know that this wouldn't do the same thing. I just never use it because that's a nicer microcurrent device in terms of like to use. Anyway, that's a little skincare for you.
There's got hats when they don't, when they've got children when they don't.
We've got the elves. Found the elves first day of December. They had children.
No, I'm just saying that.
Oh. But they used to have hats. I feel like they used to have sweatshirts.
Yeah, they did. They had some, at one point they had a,
like a dressing gown?
yeah.
Well, time will tell where they'll take us this year. Lee's made Brinner. Manny's panic eating his biscuits so that he can try and get some food out of us.
He's definitely not having it.
Not happening. A neighbour that parks his car near where I park my car has just been to our house to tell us that there's been some like guys. I mean, we have kids on, I mean to say kids, but they're probably adults, on motorbikes, and like there's just literally, while he was here, a guy went down on a quad bike down this footpath. That's been happening since we lived here at first, like for what, 8-9 years. So that's not new, but apparently they've just been like tearing up the grass around where we park our cars, so the cars are absolutely filthy. But when he came to the door originally, I thought he was going to say there's some guys on motorbikes and you haven't got a car anymore. That's what I thought he was going to say. So a little bit mod was actually a pleasant surprise. We're watching this show on Netflix called The Later Daters, and it's the best dating show we've ever seen. It's like back to the old days of reality TV. It's 8:30 on a Sunday night, and Lee has gone to see if the jet wash is open at Tesco because he thinks it will be easier to clean it. I'm sure it's probably true, but he said it's going to be easier to clean if the mud doesn't dry. What it actually is he can't sleep at night knowing that mud is on my car. You know, there's never something sweet in the cupboard when I want something sweet. I never think to buy sweet stuff when I'm at the Ooh! I bought this weeks ago. How long is this good till? June? Okay. What do we think this is going to taste of? I'm thinking just like a buttery sponge, right? I do think. Tea. Tea to accompany it is in order. I don't even know how you're supposed to open this. There's no glaringly obvious way. Unless you just pull off the bottom. Maybe. Oh! What is that? Oh, it's a packet of sugar. It's a packet of powdered sugar. So that's to like dust it, presumably. I've got to tell you, this is somewhat of an anticlimax out of the packaging. Once again, just a quick reminder, this is what I was expecting inside the packaging. It reminds me of those, what were they called, like Weebles? You know, like Weebles wobble but they won't fall down. That's what this is. Although, I know people hate the word, but it sounds moist is what it does. Also now, that's all I can see. That's actually very rude. So I'm assuming that this is just icing sugar. So I'll go with it. I can't do this, can I? I'm going to need a sieve. I think I've got like a mini sieve, but it might be one of those things that was lost. It's like sacrificed to candle making. There were a lot of things that I had that ended up being used for other purposes. Or maybe I also had like a shaker, like an icing shaker. Neither of those things exists in the cupboard. I don't know where, like, that must be in there somewhere. I have no idea where the shaker thing would have gone. But I do feel like this is where this is going to be. Like this is where the magic happens. It has to have have I done this too much? You see, this is the problem because it's leaned to the side. It's nothing without the snow, you see. Oh, well, let's give it its due. It's almost there from this angle. Also, while I was in the cupboard, I found this that I forgot I even had. This is from, where is this from? Anthropology. I remember, I feel like Emma maybe bought me did she buy me this or did I? But I can't remember. Either way, I love it. For some reason, I associate this with Emma. Maybe I bought one for her. I don't know. But it's a New York Christmas mug. That is what I'm going to have my tea out of. And Lee didn't know where this had gone. This is his mug. Only the other day he said, I don't know what happened to my Harry Potter mug. There it is. I do like that the packaging tells you how to cut this so that you have it in stars. Because I definitely would have tried to cut it like a traditional cake and it would have looked crazy. Oh, I need a sharper knife than this. I can't explain. It smells really, not a bread knife. It smells really like synthetic sweet. So we'll see what it actually tastes like. I also don't feel like this is going to end up looking like a star, but hey ho. I mean, somewhat misshapen star. It smells, honestly, it smells inedible. It smells very chemically. You know, do you know what it reminds me of?
This is very, very niche. But if any of you had anything from the Jessica Simpson dessert line where all of her bath and body and like makeup products were all edible, it smells like that. It smells like something that is scented really strongly. Like something that maybe shouldn't be edible, you know? But it smells dessert-like. I'm not convinced this is going to be any good at all, but it's literally been sitting on the side for a month, so we're going to try it. How was the car?
Unbelievable. If I catch anyone doing it, I'm literally gonna bleep someone.
Oh. I don't think I'm going to like this at all. I think it's whatever makes it so that it lasts till June. I'm going to need you to try this cake. I feel like the inside of it's not going to be so bad. It's the outside. It's got like a really synthetic kind of like chemically tasting glaze. You're not going to like it.
Nah.
It tastes so weird. And the aftertaste, everything about it.
Not for me.
I don't understand that cake. Maybe it's just to look nice, but then as I showed you when it came out of the packaging.
It's a little bit croissant-y.
Yeah, it's got like a bread cake kind of hybrid texture, but the flavour is awful. Right, we're wrapping it up for today. I'm going to play a little bit of Switch. I'm going to play a little bit of Animal Crossing, a little bit of island decorating as I steadily fall asleep because I am wiped. It's a wonder that I haven't had a nap today, honestly, because you never sleep very well, do you? Although, do you know what? I think I said this in a previous vlog, but I was undecided whether or not I wanted to drink at our work's Christmas party this upcoming weekend. And Lee's going away for the weekend with work. They're going on their Christmas do. They're going to Amsterdam. They did the same thing last year. But last year, me and Karen did a full weekend of Christmas markets. It was rough. I feel like we did the markets last year to the point of not wanting to do the markets ever again. It was rough. Next year, we're going to dip our toe a bit more. But especially at Christmas, we overdid it. Anyway, that's what we were doing last year when Lee went away. This year, obviously, I was already planning on going to my Christmas do, which happens to fall on the same weekend. So Milo's going to my mum's house. But Milo's also got a football game on Sunday morning. So there was already that. I'm going to have to go to my mum's, get Milo, take him to the football game for like whatever it is, 9 o'clock kickoff. That already is rough going if you've been drinking the night before. But also, I feel like, although I've not been hungover today, which is a wonder, I just don't feel good. I get that anxiety, not so much being with Kaz and Karen, because I feel like when you're with people that really know you, you don't have that same panic and anxiety of, what did I do? What did I say? You know, it's completely irrational. But I feel when you're with the people that you are most comfortable with, that is less. Whereas at a works function, I don't want to be for like weeks and weeks afterwards feeling like I've done something terrible. It's totally a thing. To me, it's like you've done something, it's the equivalent of you feel like you've committed a crime and you just don't remember what it is. I don't know if you've ever had a dream I've had dreams, like literally like burying bodies dreams. And you wake up from that dream and you feel like you have a secret. You feel like you've got a terrible secret and that you're just waiting to get found out. That is the feeling. That is the anxiety for me. The morning after I've been drinking with people that I am not 100% comfortable around being, you know, vulnerable, I suppose. It will take over a week for me to shift that something terrible feeling. So I'm thinking that's just one of many reasons I'm going to drive next week. It'll be better all round and I will not have a worse time for it. Every single time I've decided to drive, I've always been thankful that I did. Always. I've never thought when I've been somewhere, oh, I wish I could have a drink. But it's that just make the decision, you know? So I think I'm going to do that. Not that anyone cares. But I do think I'm going to do that. And then tomorrow, it's going to be a big clothing thing. Last week I was talking about I'm going to do some Vinted stuff, and a couple of people asked for my Vinted link. I haven't done it yet. I haven't actually put anything on Vinted, but I'm going to. I'm going to go through all my clothes. I'm going to have a big cull of stuff. That's probably going to be the bulk of the next vlog. It's going to be a major declutter and a bit of a reset for Christmas of everything. So yeah, hope you're looking forward to that. Thank you so much for watching this one, and I will see you guys in the next.
Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire, chill.